I first got to learn about Colorado in the late 40s when I was in the Army, at least for a short time in Leadville. And coming from the East Coast, I was extremely impressed with the big sky and the mountains. But then there was a long time when I didn't come to Colorado until, 1961, at a hotel in Washington, during a meeting of the American Physical Society, I heard from Mike Cohen, one of the founders of the Physics Center, that they were planning to start a physics center in Aspen. And although we didn't take it very seriously at the time, both I and Fred Zachariasen, who was part of this conversation, agreed we would come. And indeed we did in 1962 when the Physics Center began. And I drove with Peter Kaus, another very long time associate of the Physics Center. The Kauses and I drove from California here. When I arrived, I was like Sid, I felt right away that this was a natural place for me. I mean, the beauty of the mountains and the general atmosphere, and of course the physics, which at that time was much more laid back than it is now in the Physics Center. But if I stop and think what is the most important aspect of the Physics Center from my point of view, or how it affected me, is just the number of people, number of physicists and their families that I've met over the years here in Aspen. Many of them I probably would not have gotten to know, certainly not as well. Because one of the distinguishing things about meeting people in Aspen is not only do you see them at cocktail parties or that kind of thing, which is common everywhere, but you hike with them, your children play together, and it's a much more complete interaction. And I don't know how many close friends I have which have been developed that way over, 40 years, 40 plus years. I've always felt better at high altitude, except maybe this year. And I think that was part of the attraction as well. And of course, I even talked physics with people over the years whom I would not have had a chance to talk to if I had just stayed at my home university. I won't start thinking of examples because that's sort of, there are not that many on the one hand, but I could talk about them for a long time.
Are there any collaborations that have been very important to you that you started?
There are collaborations which started here, but none which developed, into published work. There are collaborations which, that's not true. One of them with Sudha Chakravarti started here, and of course he's a member of the same university I am, so I don't know what it says about Aspen, the fact that we met here, but we're in different fields. And so in that case, it did develop into published work. But I remember I ended up working again with Phil Pincus. Now that started at UCLA, but continued here, and he's also in a different field. And then he got me working with Alan Heeger and himself on a subject which I know so little about, I've forgotten what it is. But in any case, it was interesting, and I can now, as of some years ago, say that I worked with a Nobel Prize winner named Alan Heeger, won the Nobel Prize. But all that is sort of embellishing things. The basic is first of all, the very high quality of physics, and the fact that it's an opportunity to meet people and get inspired by their ideas, which I have not at least had a chance anywhere else.